Hi, Shalom. Welcome back to Who Knew It Was Jewish. We are on episode 48, and today's topic is Where the Wild Things Are. Born June 10th, 1928, Maurice Sendak was the third child of Polish-Jewish immigrant parents, Sadie and Philip Sendak, in Brooklyn, New York. Unfortunately, Sendak was often sick from various illnesses and often had to stay inside while his siblings and friends played outside. From his sick bed as a child, Sendak would glance out the window, imagining different stories for the characters who lived on the everyday streets of Brooklyn. When he was 12 years old, he decided to become an illustrator after watching Walt Disney's film Fantasia. One of his first professional commissions was when he was 20 years old, was to create window displays for the toy store F.A.O. Schwarz. His illustrations were first published in 1947 in a textbook titled Atomics of the Millions by Maxwell Lee Idenoff. He spent much of the 1950s illustrating children's books written by others before beginning to write his own stories. In 1950, Sendak found Ursula Nordstrom, a revolutionary queer publisher and the then editor-in-chief of children's books, at what was then Harper and Row Books. It was a perfect match. Nordstrom wanted to create what she liked to call good books for bad children, and Sendak's work fit the description perfectly. Neither Nordstrom nor Sendak wanted to read or write books that painted childhood as some happy-go-lucky illusions. They both wanted books that really spoke to the realities of being young and angry and hurt and scared, to the shadows that disturbed Sendak as a young artist and the light that he found in spite of them, were the stories that definitely interested Sendak and his publisher. So throughout his life, Sendak's Yiddishkeit heritage and queer identity informed his work and his career. Themes of ostracization, monstrosity, and survival really permeated his work. I developed characters who are just like me as a child, like the children I knew growing up in Brooklyn. We were wild creatures. So to me, Max is a normal child, a little beast, just as we all are little beasts. And for this book about a beastly kid, he found inspiration for the title in the Yiddish words of his mother. He said she would chase after him and call him Wilde Chai, translated from Yiddish to English as wild animal or wild thing, and thus Where the Wild Things Are was born. Where the Wild Things Are was published in 1963. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Make sure to check back for more episodes, and just as a quick reminder, in 2 episodes, when we hit the big 50, the big 50, I will be decreasing the episodes from twice a week down to once a week for a little while. And of course, always make sure to make any suggestions that you'd like in the comment section. So if you have any ideas or suggestions, a brand or a toy, a food, a character, or a company that you'd like me to look at that you think has a Jewish history, make sure to put it in the comments and I will look into it. If indeed it does have a Jewish history and background to it, I will not only make an episode about it, but I will make sure to shout you out in the episode. Thank you again so much for joining me today, and I will see you soon.